This is FYI on your TV, brought to you by Hometown News. I'm Kathy Botham. I've got Mark Wheeler on location from the Wheelers Pancake House and Sugar Camp. Thanks for joining us today.
Good morning, Kathy.
What a beautiful day. Is this an ideal day for SAP to be running?
It really is an ideal day. We had a cold overnight temperature. It was around -4 degrees here in the Sugar Bush, and we've got a nice sunny day today, +8, I think is what we're calling for. So it should be a gusher of a SAP run today.
Excellent. Those are ideal conditions for you guys.
They are, yes.
All right.
Yes.
Can we talk a little bit about the history of Wheeler's Pancake House and Sugar Camp? Because you guys have been around for a long time.
Yeah, Dad made syrup when he was a child. My uncle Doug up at Golden Maples Farm makes maple syrup on the home farm, but Mom and Dad bought the property here from Clarence Robinson in the 70s. So for the last 50 years almost, we've been growing the operation. 1996, we built this building here behind me that has our pancake house and the maple syrup evaporator area. And we've been kind of growing and constantly adding taps ever since then. We tap about 40,000 trees now.
Is it 40,000? Wow.
It's one ones in the province. There's 3 or 4 big ones, and we're up there. So it's a full-time job for pretty well everyone in our family. Mom and Dad and my 3 sisters are also full-time, so it keeps us all busy.
And it's year-round too. You guys are open year-round.
Yeah, maple syrup production season is just in the springtime, but all year round the pancake house is open year round. Different days of the week. In the summertime, we're open most of the time. But a lot of tourists and visitors to our area from out of the country in the summertime like to stop in and learn about maple syrup. We have Maple Syrup Museum, largest one in the world. We have forest and farm museums, chainsaw, lots of stuff to see around and enjoy the Canadian outdoors all year round. There's kind of something different every season, right? In the wintertime, we have snowmobiling, and we all know it's a beautiful place to be in this part of the country, and in the fall when the leaves are changing colors. So.
Right, and you are in the McDonald's Corners areas.
Yeah, we're about, we're in Lanark Highlands, McDonald's Corners, about 25-30 minutes northwest of Perth.
Okay. Now this time of year when the visitors come out, they get to see the boiling production and that sort of thing too. How long is that time period for you about?
It all depends on the weather, but usually it's kind of the end of February to mid-April when we're actually making maple syrup. Once we start to get a week of temperature where it doesn't freeze at night, that usually signals the end of maple syrup season.
Okay.
Once the grass starts turning green and the buds, well, not so much the grass, but once the buds start to form on the tips of the maple trees, that signifies the end of maple syrup season. So yeah, usually the end of February to about mid-April.
All right. Now I was looking at your website last night too. 730 acres of forest. I was looking at the website. Yeah, we just froze there for a second. You have 730 acres out there?
Yeah, of our own land, and we also have an agreement with Lanark County and another neighbors, so we tap another 500 acres as well.
Wow. Can you talk about that? How do you tap that many trees?
We have to use pipeline.
Mm-hmm.
The buckets, you have to collect a bucket every day, but with the use of pipeline, we have a network of about 400 kilometers of plastic pipes throughout the forest that at the start of the season, we usually start in January. We have to drill a brand new hole every year. So we'll drill a brand new hole and install the tap into the tree. So when syrup season actually comes, all of the sap is piped directly to the building behind me here, the sugar camp, where we boil it. So it makes it more, our labor of installing the pipeline, it's kind of a year-round job maintaining and installing the pipeline systems. But it makes it much easier during the actual season.
Okay. I understand critters are a problem, like raccoons and
squirrels and deer.
Oh, deer.
Quite often we'll get a bear that kind of likes to chew on a little sip of the sweetness.
Absolutely. So in terms of your pancake house, you're open all year round. I understand you're very busy. You recommend reservations, do you?
Definitely on weekends. Before 5 years ago, we were kind of first come first serve, and during our busy times, we had lineups of 2 to 3 hours to get food. But over the last 5 years, we transitioned to reservations so people can book a time and not have to wait. And but it does mean that sometimes on weekends we fill up and we have no reservations available. So for the next 2 weekends, from now until Easter, especially during the busy time on weekends, it's definitely necessary to make a reservation during the busy times, and because sometimes we fill the capacity and we don't have any reservations available. For instance, this past Saturday, we were completely booked up for Saturday by Thursday. So
Wow.
be sure to call ahead. We've got an online form that you can request a reservation on our website at wheelersmaple.com, or you can call.
And you've got it's a huge log house too, so a log cabin house. What is your capacity, sitting capacity?
We seat about 140 people.
Wow. Wow. Now, in terms of your sorry?
No, it's a busy. Everybody loves to get a feed of pancakes and some maple taffy on snow in the springtime to kind of celebrate the end of winter. So it's a fun thing to participate in.
Absolutely, and it's not just getting pancakes, like you say. You can go in and see the boiler room. You can walk through the forest a little bit. Your chainsaw museum. I had somebody went last week and they didn't know I knew you guys, and they said, "Have you ever been to Wheelers? They've got a chainsaw museum." They couldn't get over how many chainsaws you had there.
Over 500 different antique chainsaws.
Wow. Now, in terms of boiling the syrup, you've got different grades of syrup. Is that a special skill there, or is it just what you get is what you get? How does that work? Is it a recipe?
It depends on the weather. At the start of this, like right now, we're making golden, which is the lightest color with the most delicate flavor. As the season goes on and the temperatures get warmer, the warmer temperatures kind of mean the sap gets warmer, so the sap makes a darker and stronger flavored maple syrup. So usually the color and the flavor gets darker and stronger as the season goes on.
All right. And something I was very surprised about, I was reading last night too, that maple syrup is high in manganese, riboflavin, zinc, calcium, iron, and potassium.
And antioxidants.
And antioxidants, yes. And actually, that's why I thought that, and I started looking for it because I thought there was a medicinal purpose with maple syrup as well, too. I was pleasantly surprised to see that it's really good for you.
Yeah, as far as the sugar goes, it's the best sugar you can get.
Yes, absolutely. So once again, where are you guys located?
We are near McDonald's Corners, Ontario County, just about 25 minutes, we're 15 minutes west of Lanark Village, or 25-30 minutes northwest of Perth.
And once you get to the Lanark and everything, the signage there is excellent. You can't get lost. You know where you're going.
Follow the signs to Wheelers Pancake House.
That's right. Yeah, follow the signs. They lead to the Pancake House. That's right. All right. So once again, your family has had this location for how long?
We've been here making maple syrup since the late 70s.
Wow, it's amazing. I encourage people to go out and take a look. It's not just pancakes out there. You've got museums. It's a beautiful walk. The boiler room. There's so much to learn out there. It's a huge, massive undertaking what you guys have done out there. People are pleasantly surprised when they go out there, for sure.
Yeah, it's quite a place to drive in the middle of nowhere.
Absolutely, and it is. It's a wonderful place.
I always tell people it's easier to bring the pancake house and the museums to the trees than to bring the trees to the
Absolutely. And I do see you've got some buckets behind you too. So you do some buckets?
Yeah, a couple to see. This is how we know if the sap's running. If that's dripping, the sap's running.
Okay.
A little bit too cold yet.
It's a little bit too cold this morning? All right.
Yeah.
Well, the sun is shining. It's shining here in Smith Falls, and it is in McDonald's Corners at Wheeler's Pancake House, too. So encourage everybody to get out there and get some pancakes. And a wonderful recipe. I talked to Tracy, I believe it was last year, too. We were talking about the recipe to get the pancake just right. And she said they worked on it for a little while, and you finally got it.
All about getting it fluffy. You need a nice fluffy pancake.
That's right. All right. Well, thank you very much for joining us today, Mark. We've got actually Maple Weekend is April 5th and 6th, and that's why I got a hold of you. That's a big weekend.
Yeah, lots of maple syrup producers in the area.
Yes.
I think there's a website and there's brochures around of different maple syrup producers putting on special events. So be sure to visit as many as you can.
Absolutely, absolutely. And there's quite a few in our area too, as well, too. So April 5th and 6th weekend is Maple Weekend. So we encourage everybody to get out there and try some pancakes and get some maple syrup for the year too. Is there an expiration date on maple syrup?
No, there isn't really. Something a lot of people don't realize about maple syrup is you can freeze it.
Yes.
So
yes.
you can freeze it, and it'll last forever. Once you open it, it should definitely be in the fridge.
Excellent, excellent. There you go. Learned something new today too. Thanks for joining us. Mark Wheeler from Wheeler's Maple Products, but the Pancake House and the Sugar Camp is what you're well known for. Thanks for joining us today. Have a great day.
Thank you.